How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of On Deck Baseball. I'm your host, Evan Mendoza, and today's episode we're going to be talking about the mindset of a pro. So I bet a lot of you guys are wondering if you're just tuning in for the first time. I'm with the St. Louis Cardinals. I play infield. I've been playing baseball for a long time. If you're going to learn something from the video, please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be giving you some great inside look on the life of a pro and someone in professional baseball. So if this is something interested in you, please like it, please subscribe, share it to your friends and family. So getting right into this, I think the mindset is a huge game that you have to win before you even step on the field. Personally, for me, I believe that nobody is better than me. When I'm on that field, I am the best player on that field, and that's how I'm going to play, and that's how confident I am in my abilities. Obviously, every day, you won't be necessarily the best player on the field, but there will be opportunities where you excel on the field and you will be the best player on the field. Even if you're playing against the best in the game or a top-ranked prospect, they have bad games too. So why not you have a good game and you be the best player on the field at that time? Another mindset that I like to live by is to take everything and give nothing away. Those two mindsets are huge. So I want to take everything that I can to improve my ability in baseball on and off the field, and I'm going to give nothing away. I'm not going to give you one single out or pitch during the entire season where I'm going to be off of my mind. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be interacting in the game, even if I'm on the bench and I'm into the game all the time, 100%. Not giving you 99%, I'm giving you 100% all the time. Another mindset that I have when I take myself into the game is I outwork everybody. And I only can have that mindset when it's actually true. Some people, when they play the game, they're in the game, but outside of the field, they're their own person, they do their own thing. I like to watch film, I like to work out, I like to do everything. It's very important because on the field there's so many things that you have to worry about, but when it comes to game time, for me, I like to relax and just play the game and react. That's the biggest thing. When you're prepared, you're just going to react. Baseball is a very reaction sport. If you think too much, you probably won't succeed that much. Especially on defense, I think it's huge that you just react. You understand the situation, understand if it's hit this way or that way. Be prepared. So obviously you have to think on defense, but you have that time to think in between pitches. Once the ball's hit, that's when you stop thinking and strictly react. Another thing that I like to say in my mind a lot throughout the course of the game is I will. I will. There's no trying. I'm not going to try to hit a home run. I'm not going to try to hit a base hit or a double or anything like that. It's I will. There is no try. There's either you do or you don't. That's a Yoda quote for any Star Wars fans, but it's either you do or you don't. So going up to the plate and having that mindset of I will do this. I've done it a couple of times where I told myself I will hit a home run or I will get this game-winning hit. I can see the picture, I can see the celebration, I visualize it before it actually happens, and then it comes true. So that's the mindset of a pro. You have to have that mindset. You have to be able to visualize the success that you're going to have on the field and move forward and actually execute when the time comes. That brings me to positivity. I think it's an incredibly huge thing that you have to bring into the baseball field because there's a lot of failure. There's a ton of failure in the game of baseball, so being positive and working through your failures is a huge thing that a lot of pros can't do, and a lot of high schoolers can't do, and a lot of little leaguers can't do, and that's why this game is so hard, is how you deal with failure. I like to think I'm always improving on and off the field. Every failure that I have is one step closer to my next success. Every strikeout that I have is one at-bat closer to my next home run. That's the kind of mindset that I like to bring into the game, into every single at-bat is, hey, it's okay to fail. This game is failure. It's how you deal with it and how you give up maybe before your last at-bat. Some people give up before their last at-bat. That last at-bat might be the most important at-bat of the game. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, you have to get it done for your team. So take yourself out of the game just because you were 0 for 3 before that last at-bat makes zero sense. You have to stay positive, you have to stay intact in the game, and all in, all the time. Another thing that separates me is how I adjust. I think this is a huge thing for young players because when you're young, you don't really know how to adjust quite yet. When you're playing every single day and you see tendencies in your swing or how pitchers are pitching to you, that's when you can see a pattern. It depends on how you react to that pattern is how you're going to get better at the game. In minor league baseball and pro baseball, you're playing just about every single day, and you see the same umpires, you see the same pitchers, and they attack you certain ways. The pitchers do. They throw breaking balls with your back foot, they go soft away, whatever the case may be. And they're going to continue doing that until you show them that you're able to adjust. That brings me to how you adjust with failure. So obviously, if they've got the book on you and they know that if you can't hit a changeup away, they're going to constantly throw that changeup away until you can prove it that you can hit it. If you don't show that you can adjust, that's where the men get separated from the boys. It really is. Baseball is a game of analytics and feel. I think that's the two biggest things. There's the analytic people saying, hey, this guy can't hit a curveball, but then the feel comes into play, where if you sit on a certain pitch, you're going to be able to hit that curveball. It's really interesting because there's that dynamic of which one's more important. I think experience and feel is totally more important than analytics, because analytics tell you what you can work on and what you need to improve on. It doesn't tell you end all be all, black and white. It doesn't mean that you're going to fail in this count or this strike zone or anything like that. The last thing I want to just touch on is being positive. I know I said it before, but baseball is such a failure game. You have to stay positive. When I was such a young kid and I was in travel ball, maybe 10 to 14 years old, I never thought that I would be where I am today. But at the same time, I always knew I was going to be a big leaguer. And I think that hasn't happened yet, but I believe it's still true that I will become a big leaguer because I put so much time and energy into this game of baseball that I know I have what it takes. So it's the balance between staying humble and knowing your worth and knowing how confident you are. There's definitely a huge difference between confidence and cockiness. I'm very confident in my abilities that are able to play at the big league level. I've already shown that in spring training. I played against all the big names, all the big names that you can say on the Cardinals and then on the other teams. So it's a lot of fun playing against those big names and telling yourself, hey, I am good enough to play at the next level. That little grain of confidence that you will get by playing with the next competition really burns that fire underneath you and tells you to get after it, because that tells you how much of an impact you can make in this game of baseball. So that wraps up today's episode. I hope you guys learned something. If you have, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, share it with your family and friends. I really hope you guys like this video. I'm going to be putting more content like this out probably every other day. Something about my mindset, something about how I work, anything like that to help you guys through your journey of baseball. All right, guys, take care.